Welcome to our presentation. We are group 37 and we have two members. It's me and Jasper. Our presentation has four parts. The first one is introduction. The second part is simultaneous strategic interaction. The third part is sequential strategic interactions. And the final one is conclusion. In this presentation, we are going to talk about our real-life experience with simultaneous and sequential strategic interactions, as well as some main findings in our analysis of those strategic interactions. Part A, simultaneous strategic interaction. In this simultaneous game, we analyzed the following game. A stranger and I are driving cars on the same road, but in opposite directions at night. Each of us has two options, either to use high beam headlights or to use low beam headlights. High beam headlights give the driver better visibility than the low beam headlight does. Using low beam headlights, on the other hand, ensures the safety of drivers on the road, whereas high beam headlights cause glare for oncoming vehicles, which is very dangerous. And there are numbers that used to indicate the visibility level using low beam and high beam of each person, which are 1, 3, 5, and 7. Here we can see that a pair of metrics to represent the simultaneous strategic interaction. There are two players, I and the stranger. So it is clearly seen that if both of us use high beam headlights, each of us get 3. But if he uses high beam headlights and I use low beam headlights, he will receive 7 and I will receive 1 and vice versa. This is because I use low beam headlights, which improve his visibility, and he's using high beam headlights, which weakens my visibility. If both of us use low beam headlights, and both will get 5. And here are some main findings in the written report of us. This simultaneous strategic interaction is actually a prisoner's dilemma game, as it satisfies all the conditions of a prisoner's dilemma game. And the pure strategic Nash equilibrium is high beam with payoff 3, 3 to both of us. In this case, high beam and high beam are the best response to the other person's best response, as none of us has the incentive to deviate from our current strategy. And this is why high beam and high beam is the pure strategy Nash equilibrium. And since the stranger used high beam headlights when driving, I could have honked to remind him of using low beam headlights and to give him a signal that I will switch to low beam headlights. And I might keep using high beam headlights. And if he switches to low beam headlights, I could obtain higher payoff as well as better visibility. And there's one interesting point, which is my real-life decision was different from my dominant strategy. What's more, after analyzing this situation, I think I would have played the game differently. To be more specific, I would have used high beam headlight, which is my dominant strategy, as it is my best response to whatever the stranger chooses.
Part B, sequential strategic interaction. In this sequential game, we analyzed the following. My friend Tom and I are sharing car trips into school to save fuel. The first mover can choose to either honor or dishonor the agreement, and the second mover can also choose to honor or dishonor the agreement. Here we can see that if both players choose to honor the agreement, they get 1-1, as both players are saving on fuel. If A chooses to honor and B chooses to dishonor the agreement, they get -3, 4. A gets a negative outcome, as they've given B a free ride into school, but B has not given A a free ride into school. The same can be said if A dishonors and B honors the agreement. And if both players dishonor the agreement, they get 0-0, as no one's put anything into the agreement yet. After analyzing the game, I found that many factors influence our real-life strategic interactions. And while the dishonor was the Nash equilibrium in this game, it was not the Nash equilibrium in the real-life game due to factors such as pre-established trust, repeating the game multiple times, communication between players, and consequences for dishonoring, which are not represented in this game, such as loss of trust or reputation. In conclusion, both players chose to go against the Nash equilibrium, mostly due to other factors not represented within the game. However, the analysis of these games has made us better understand the strategic choices we make every day.